and iRidium Mobile for HDL BusPro begins. So, contents for today: what is iRidium Mobile, how to use it, then about HDL BusPro driver, and I will demonstrate something how it works, and then about some graphical capabilities of our software. What is iRidium Mobile in few words? It is a software package, so you have to understand that it has no hardware at the moment, just software. What is it for? It is for user interface control of automation systems. It consists of iRidium GUI Editor, transfer, app, and gate. iRidium GUI Editor, just a second, here's the presentation, here's the next slide. So iRidium GUI Editor is application which is devoted for creation of control interfaces for automation systems, and we will see it more later. iRidium Transfer is utility which helps you to transfer your project to the application on control panel. iRidium app is something which you install from App Store, Google Play, to run your project and to show your graphical interface on a panel. iRidium Gate is a small utility, the universal gateway, which is almost not used for HDL bus. So I will not speak a lot about this, but if you are interested, you can go to documentation section on our website and see everything about iRidium Gate. In some circumstances, it is needed to control system through internet remotely, but latest versions of HDL bus one IP interface supports direct control from internet, so iRidium Gate is not needed anymore. How to use iRidium Mobile? 5 easy steps. First, you install package, then you create your project, then you set up interaction with HDL BusPro, then you license your panel, and then you upload design to your control panel. That's it. After that, it should work. Where do you install the software? Let's switch to our website. Here it is. You go to download section and you can download iRidium environment for PC. So many people think that iRidium is application. No, iRidium is environment where you can create application, upload it, and use it. So here it is. If I press download, it downloads version 2.2.0. It is about 173 megabytes. Go back to presentation. Then you create your project. You run iRidium GUI Editor. Here is the one. So if you run it, you see this. Actually, this if no project is selected. So this one is editor where you create your project. You can create it from zero or from iRidium Mobile sample project, or you can use any AMX TP4 design if you wish. It is compatible with iRidium Mobile. Where do you get sample designs? Well, don't look at this link. You can just go to our website into the same download section and go to GUI submenu. Here you can download Metro version of the interface for iPad or iPhone, a black interface, some demonstration versions, and trade show interface also. All these interfaces are open for editing. All graphical parts are open. If you go to product section, you can select also GUI part. So here you can find GUIs, not only free but commercial ones. Some of these user interfaces can be bought. They are created by our partners. These interfaces include all these graphics and have sometimes a lot more capabilities than free interfaces. So, couple screenshots here. As an example, let's see our Metro sample interface. On the top here, you can find buttons for common functions like climate, lighting, cameras, sound. So pressing here, for example, you will go to a page which will show you climate for all pages, for all rooms. And to the right you can see the menu of your rooms. Pressing on any of which, you go to user interface of your room. How it looks, you can see if you install i2control on your iPad and go to demo interface. It will be available in there. The second interface which will be available there is Neon. Neon is very nice because of this mini remote to the right. So in the room you can control your lighting and climate and scenarios down here. And to the right you can control your audio video equipment. If you need full remote, you press full remote button and it goes full screen on here. Okay, so how to set up the interaction with HDL BusPro hardware equipment. After this presentation ends, we will see this, but the main thing which you need to understand is that we use native HDL BusPro driver. Native driver is something which gives iRidium good competitive features against such competitors as Common Fusion, for example, because Common Fusion offers script drivers which are usually created by third party and no support is available. You will be able to use it as good as you understand this driver. Native driver is different. iRidium Mobile develops this driver, includes it in drivers section of editor and supports it. So to the right here, after you create your project, you will be able to see native drivers which are supported by iRidium. One of them is HDL BusPro with pre-configured HDL devices. Okay, later more about this. Native driver is also faster because it is written not on slower JavaScript, but it is written on C language, C programming language. Interaction with hardware will not start until you activate your license. If you are an installer, you need to activate trial or demo license. If you are end user, you need commercial license, which you can buy from installer. Actually, you can use 30-day trials. If you are certified, you can get as many trial licenses as you wish. Second option is you can use commercial license. And third option is you can use demo license, and you will not find this option here. Here you can find the third moment on which you should pay attention. Emulator requires licensing also. So if you run your project, so let's say this is your project, and here we have one big button. And you run emulator, and you need to see how it works. It will not control anything until you activate a license for emulator. So control panel for licenses can be found here. On the website, you can see it in My Account section. Okay, so let's see some slides about licensing, and after that I will show you how to get a license and how to activate it. First, you need a hardware ID of your device to activate your license. You can get your hardware ID using iRidium transfer software. If you run iRidium transfer, you see some panels which you already used. You can also go here. You should also go here in Properties, set up search server and select your network card, only one, and update server also select only one card, and then refresh, and it will find your panels which run i2control software. So you need to install on your panel i2control software to see it from here. Here you can see my smartphone running i2control, and here we see its hardware ID. I right-click on hardware ID and copy. Then I go to a website, as I told you, in My Account section. If you don't have any account, you register. But I have an account, so I enter my password, press login. See ability to buy any kind of license and templates with user interfaces. In trial part, I can get trial licenses. So I press here, like you can, and I've got trial licenses already in general. So I have a lot, as you can see. These are 2 licenses which I just received. I can activate them now. If you have a commercial license which you buy it in Buy section, and then after you receive it, you press Add Key, and you add it. So I just added trial licenses, and I will activate it. So I press Activate, insert my hardware ID. So here it is. It is all activated. Few seconds actually. It takes only few seconds. I can edit if I need another name for my license. So here it is, and then I download it. This is the file which is available offline, it will not go online, and it will not ask your panel to go online. It will be uploaded to the panel and will make this panel work with HDL equipment. Actually, trial licenses, they work with any protocol. Okay, so now I go back to transfer. I go to licenses section, right click here and select add. I select my license. This is the one, smartphone license. I have a name for it. So this is my license, it is added. In panels, anyone else have problems with sound? Anyone else problems with sound? Okay, so maybe it's your problem. So check your connection, please. Alright, so we have license in here. We can select any project we've been working with lately, and we press here and it will upload the interface to the panel. Nothing else is needed. Alright, here you can see it again. So you have your license, you activate it, and then you download it. What kind of licenses do we have for HDL? We have device license and device license Pro, which are pretty much standard. Device license is license for one control panel, like one smartphone or one tablet. Device Pro gives you ability to use our scripts with feedback. So if you have a device license, you will be able to use scripts which send commands, and Device Pro will also be able to receive information using scripts. So let's go and see what is script. So here in product section you will see the part which is called JS modules. So these scripts usually have feedbacks. So if you use, for example, iTunes or XBMC, you will be able to see something like this. You see graphic art, you see playlists, and so on. You take it from the AV equipment. So you will need a Pro license for it. And if you use only HDL, you will not need it. So Pro version is needed when you use scripts with feedbacks. Another version, which costs more, is called Site License. Site License is activated for IP interface of the latest HDL IP interface, which is called, the version is called MBus01 IP.431. So if you have this version, it is actually only last few months sold, you can activate site license on it, and you will be able to use any quantity of panels on this site. So if you have 10 iPads and today 5 more and tomorrow 5 more smartphones and PCs and so on, of course it will be much better if you will use site license. Site License Pro, the same, but with the use of scripts with feedback. And then full license, which will not have any restrictions for using many protocols. If you use Modbus, KNX, HDL, CBus, and so on, in one project you will need a full license. It is not often actually bought. So mostly used device license. We have a small table like this. We can find the difference between different licenses. So let's say HDL BusPro device license. Number of panels 1. Feedback from driver. HDL bus driver, yes. One-way control of AV equipment, yes. Two-way control of AV equipment, no. HDL BusPro device license Pro. Here you can have a mark for two-way control of AV equipment. Site license for HDL BusPro, infinite quantity of panels, but no two-way control of AV equipment. And Site License Pro, everything is set up in here. Full Site License Pro is actually for all protocols. So here you see the difference. Do not forget that, again, if you need to use emulator, and you will need to use emulator, you need to license emulate. So in iRidium transfer, you will see your PC on top here, and you right-click on the hardware ID, you copy it, you activate it the same way, then you go here in your editor, go to Tools, Options, and here uncheck Demo Mode if you have it checked. Then you show the path for license. That's it, nothing else. And then it starts working. Alright. Then you upload design to your control panel. You go to iRidium transfer, you select your license, and you select your panel, and you select your project, actually any kind of project that you need, and you upload to your panel. Also, we have an announce for the last few months actually that we are going to have a new product in the beginning of next year. This new product will be called iRidium Server. It is in development by HDL and also a couple other manufacturers. The hardware for it is developed by factories, but software is developed by iRidium. It will be DIN-rail device. Any version of iRidium can connect. It will have a KNX interface inside and most likely direct interface to HDL BusPro, but this is not confirmed yet. It will also have an IP interface, of course, Ethernet, and it will run all iRidium logic, additionally giving you schedules, timers, scenarios inside with complex math with the use of JavaScript, any JavaScript which you can use. It will give you trends and graphs, let's say for things like energy monitoring and resource monitoring. It will also give you integration with databases and database export and import. So we look for this device. It will also give you ability to connect different protocols together. So you will be able to connect, let's say, in here you can find HDL bus, yeah? And you have also, let's say, Clipsal, and you have also Crestron, and you have a Canex. So you can connect all of them together. If anything happens in one network, it goes to another network, and also in another network, and so on. So, and it will be done pretty easily by non-programming user interface, mostly non-programming. You just press something like plus in here, select new rule, yeah, and if this happens in Canex, then this goes to Clipsal, and so on. So we'll look forward for this device, and now let's move to demonstration of how HDL BusPro driver works. Alright, so let's have a new project. You select resolution or target device in here, if it's landscape or portrait. Only internal technical specs are available yet, unfortunately. So almost all information which is public right now, I just gave you. As soon as we have more, we will publish this and include you in our emails. Okay. So we have a new project. This is our new project with one page. You can remove panels to the left and panels to the right if you need, or show them. So let's say we use a simple empty page with some kinds of buttons. So we need to turn on and off a relay in HDL from this button. Now let's say one will be for turning on, another one will be for turning off. So what we do is we open project section, and if we have HDL devices already in our network, we do something like this. We press here and select Scan HDL BusPro Net. You see, it has found network with 4 devices. We press OK and it is added in here. So this one is our relay. When I select it, I see that this relay has an address, subnet ID 1, device ID 4, and device type is relay. So I go inside and see comments and feedbacks. So I need actually comments, and I see here 8 channels. If I need more, I can duplicate them using this button. I see scene control channel, sequence control channel, if I have any kind of sequence or scene inside device, And I have a status on start, which requests status of these channels when I open the project. Nothing is needed to do with those. Also, channel O is channel number 255, which will turn on all channels of this device and turn off all channels. So let's say we need to control channel 1. From this button we need to turn it on, and this button will turn it off. So I take this, drag it here, and selecting press, I can also use a release here, hold and move. But I need this command go when I press, and send 100. HDL relay actually knows only two values. 0, it is off, and 100, it is on. So 100, and I take the same channel and drag it here and send 0. So this is it. Actually, I can press F2 and type something like on, and here F2 off. So I run emulator. I already licensed my emulator, so I'm not sure if you can hear it, but it already controls it. So this is the most simple way. Then I can have another type of a button. In properties, I can change this button to another type. Level is something which can move from minimum value to maximum and back. So to dim a dimmer channel, we use level usually. Multi-state button and multi-state level use not two states like here. So here you can see your states, state 1 and state 2. 1, 2. Multi-state means that there will be something like 20 states or more, which will show you animation. So multi-state means animation. I will not go deep into everything, and I will use a trigger button now. Trigger button, not here, sorry. Let this stay a button. This one will be a trigger button. Trigger button sends not one value, but two values. This one and this one by one. So 0, 100, and it will go on and off. I take the same channel and drag it here. Nothing to do here, just selecting press or release or hold or move. And you can notice that feedback channel is added if I press this, but by default it is selected. So these two buttons are off, on, and this button is trigger, and it has a feedback, as you remember. So if you run emulator and channel is off, you will see that it is off. And if you run emulator and see that channel is on, it will show you that it is on, because it has status on start, and it asks all devices when project starts about its features. Okay, so also I would like to show you that in version 2.2 we introduced a painting wizard. So you can select different styles in here, like let's say OS 8, and you can select what you need to do. So this one is button, but I need a different button, like this, or like this. So let's say I need a button with text. So I draw it here, and here it is. So this button is a lot nicer than these buttons, and it is added with text. Or I can use this button, which is a circle. So it is much easier now to draw nice buttons. Also, notice that if you press F2, you go to text, and you will see a very strange thing. You have font here, which is called iRidium iOS 7, and the text T. What does it mean, T? Let's have something like A, B, C, D, and so on. So you can see that these buttons can have inside a graphical part, which is actually edited by the text which you enter here. So keep in mind that in the future this function, which is actually only got available last weeks, you will be able to do something like this. Also, you can draw a level, you can draw panels, you can draw radio buttons, landscape or portrait, which are usually used for different things like thermostats and so on. So all this is available here and lets you do your graphical interface very fast. Alright, let's see another way how we can build our user interface. We have a new project, and we have, let's say, a metro style button, and we don't have anything to scan yet. Let's say we are in the office and there is nothing to scan, and you have just your project and you know which devices which you plan to use, but you have nothing to scan. Then you do the following. You press here and you add HDL BusPro network. Nothing to set up here actually. It has only driver tokens. Driver tokens is some system actions and feedbacks which you can use. Let's say if we need a button like this, which will show you if the system is online or not, you can take this and draw it here in value. And state 1 will be when it is offline, and state 2 will be when it is online. You can also add text and so on. Status, host, IP port, and so on. So you can all use this. You can also, by the way, use system tokens, a lot of which are available. So a lot of things like latitude, longitude, and so on available here, and you can use it in your project. You can use even gyroscope or accelerometer of your panel. But let's move back to HDL Bus. So you are in the office and you need to prepare your project. Then you go here to native drivers and you go to HDL BusPro pre-configured devices. Here you can see almost all types of devices which are available by HDL. Let's say you need a dimmer. So you take it and drag here in drivers. So you have, you drag it not in drivers but in your network. Here it is, a dimmer. When you select it, you see its features like subnet ID, device ID, let's say 1.5, and you can give it a different name like D1, D2, something like this. Then you create let's say a level. It's better with no color maybe. And you take channel 1, you drag it here. Oh, sorry. Here is a level, and you will not need to set up a value. So you select when the comment is sent, when you hold it, when you move it, or when you release it. Sometimes you can select move and release, so it sends comment many times while you move. I prefer release, for example. So that's it. So this is how you do it. This one shows that we are online actually. Okay, and you can add as many devices as you wish. You have, let's say, 5 dimmers, so you drag 5 dimmers. You also have a relay, and you have a DLP panel, and so on. So for each of these devices, all you need to do is to enter your address, and they will all be ready to use. Then you make your user interface and nothing else you need to do. So this is pretty much it. Except of those things, I would like to show you a faster way to create a nice user interface when you are creating a new project. You are moved, let's say, here into Properties, and you press a Wizard button. Wizard is the thing which allows you to create your user interface pretty fast. It gives you pre-configured pages. Let's go to Metro theme for iPad, which is most used actually. So we add main page, and we add lights and shades page, and let's say climate page, and Apple TV page. So page 1 we delete, we do not need it anymore. So now we have a main, which is page. You can see a big icon here. It means it is a page. And 3 pop-ups. Small icon says that these are pop-ups. You can show not one, but few pop-ups at the same time on the screen if you need. Let's say we need this button to run lights and shades. So we press F2, select all states and have lights here. Then we go to programming section. We select press, release, hold, or move. Let's use press. And we are inside the macros editor. Macros editor allows us to edit what happens when we press on this button. We can have many actions actually, including send to driver, send to script, sound, and so on. But we will have a very simple one, show pop-up. Which pop-up? Lights and shades. And then this home button, when we press it, we have hide all pop-ups. And also show page main if we are on a different page. Okay, so we go to emulator. And this is our future user interface. So we press lights, and we have lights and shades in here, which is exactly the same size as the place for it. Okay, let's control our relay from lights and shades page using this button. We go to okay, let's delete this one and scan network again. So in drivers, we select our relay, channel 1, and we just drag it here. Not on a lamp, which is image, but on a big button. Then we go to emulator, and it all should work. You can see that it, maybe you do not see, but you can hear it, that it gives you nothing. First time it turned off, but when I try to turn it on, no sound. Yeah, relay is not on. Why? Because this button is, let's go to general, is trigger button, but it sends 0, 1, and relay only understands 0, 100. So I change it to 100 and try again. Now it works. Also, if I press it from the device, I can see the feedback. Alright, what more can we do? We can do a lot of things actually. I would like to show you just a couple which to show you. Let's say we can drag this pop-up. So we select this pop-up and we see its general properties. Size and place and lifetime and effects and so on. We can select drags, true, and we can drag it all over the screen. Any place we wish. Next time we press it, we will see it in a new place until we reboot the project or device. Okay, so I understand that if I try to give you all functions of all devices, I will not be able to get it into 1 hour or even few hours. So I will show you what more do we have. What we have here is materials for you. With examples. So we are going to point you in a Dropbox on these files, which are pre-configured for different devices. Let's say a relay. Our relay is 1.4. So in this project, you have all buttons pre-configured for on-off, and you have a driver for a standard relay with channels, and you just change 1.2 on 1.4 for you on the address of your relay. Then you go to emulator and see how it works. All channels, on, off, trigger, and scenes. So what you can also do is you can take this project and merge with your project. Just be sure that it does not have pages with same names. Yeah. So you can do, what you can do is this button. Yes, notice that it will move your relay also. Yeah. So first relay should probably be deleted. So let's make this button get us to page 1. And page 1 can be renamed to something like relay. And it will not spoil it. Actually, in the properties, you can see that it is changed also in the properties of this button. And on a relay button, we use this. When we press it, we use it as previous page. So I did actually nothing. I just pressed here. I can just press here and I have a pre-configured page which controls what I need. Okay. Also, we can do many things. For example, we can use 8-in-1 sensor, and it has pre-configured channels for infrared send, for example, which you can copy and send any quantity of infrared signals. Yeah, you just change your universal switch number here for your infrared command. You can also see all the features of these devices, and the same goes for DLP. See here, if you need to understand how to see a temperature from DLP, you just select this one and look at its driver. Drivers, HDL BusPro network, DLP read external temperature. It is in feedbacks actually, and it is highlighted by green. So if you make your own button and move this thing in here and make it the same like this, and $V actually means the shortcut for displaying value of our channel. So we make it all states $V. So it starts doing the same thing. Or you can copy this one, yeah, and copy DLP and set it up to a different address and make it work not with this one but with your value. So it can all be done very simple. Okay, I will not tell you anything about JavaScript here, but to have you an example, DMX color picker for HDL is used if you need to control your RGB LED with color picker. So this part works without scripts, so you can control channel 1, channel 2, channel 3, they are just different colors, or you can select pre-configured colors like these. These are just macros, nothing else. Or you can use scripts for this. So how it works? We have a DMX in here and comments, red, green, blue. Red is channel 1 for DMX, green is channel 2, blue is channel 3, nothing else. White is channel 4. It has status on start if you need it, and it has a JavaScript inside. So if you have a Java programmer inside your company, or you are a Java programmer, you can easily understand all this and use it in your projects. So this code is pretty much explained in here. So actual code is here, and here we just add devices from our project and connect them to this script, nothing else. Also, I would like to recommend you one small thing which can be added to your HDL installation. Perhaps you know that HDL devices have restrictions on quantity of infrared memory. Like 18.1 can have just some infrared signals inside, and if you need something like 200 comments to control your home theater, you will have problems. The simple way in the future is to use HTTP control. Many devices now use HTTP control instead of infrared control. So let's say you need to control your smart TV. You insert here your IP address, and in comments you add many comments. Each of them can be like channel up, channel down, and so on. Any command can use get, post, or put, and it uses URLs. Something like CGI question mark channel up or something like this. So it can be any, actually. Different strings are used for different devices. So IP control is a very good thing which can replace your infrared devices in future. Second thing is that you can use advanced infrared control modules by third-party manufacturers, actually. Some of them are let's say globalcache.com, or we have others. So Global Cache is someone just having a big library of infrared codes. So they have some kind of products like these. Or these, yeah, like Wi-Fi and 3 infrared outputs. And you just need to control to power. Now this one which controls to power over Ethernet. So you can use iRidium for these devices to complement your HDL installation. Here we have a panel which is called GC Cloud, which is for a cloud of infrared commands. You update it from here, and you can find many manufacturers. Let's say you need to control a Samsung TV from this thing. You take a global cache, you drag it to your project, and you have 6 infrared outputs, for example, in there. Or you can select different modules. So let's say you need to control Apple TV. Apple Media Manager, Apple TV. So all infrared signals which are supported by Apple TV are here. Let's say we need to control Samsung. Samsung television. Most modules, they use these commands. The good thing is that all these commands will be stored inside your panel, not inside device. That is why you have infinite memory. So any quantity of channels can be used, like channel up, channel down, and so on. So you need just to set up IP address for your global cache. Select a module type actually also. And then you go to your page and you just move your signals to the screen. Nothing else. So when you run this, press here, it will send this command to the device with this IP address and nothing else. Okay, so that is something like 10% of all iRidium Mobile, but it will be enough for you for basic control of HDL equipment, including any of these pre-configured devices. So if you have questions, please ask. If you have no questions, we can start our test.